Good morning, Minister. Good morning. Hello, good morning to everyone. How do you see the chances of the negotiations, of the financing of Ukraine? And I have one more question about this, a more personal one. You had a very lively conversation with your Polish colleagues in the public sphere. Here you can meet in person. How do you see the chances that at least some of these will be cleared up? Thank you very much. Well, look, Brussels wants to send another 80,000 billion forints to Ukraine. 46,000 billion forints of this would go to the armament of Ukraine. Of course, this is completely contrary to the interests of the Hungarian people in Hungary. Such an initiative would lead to a further lengthening of the war. Such an initiative would lead to another 10,000 or 100,000 victims, would lead to further destruction. Moreover, the fact is that the European Union wants to create this 80,000 billion forints, and this would lead to an escalation of risks that we haven't seen in the past 2 or 3 years. Because the use of Russian money after the consumption of Russian money is a war provocation that has never been so serious in the past 2 or 3 years. And one of the biggest risks of the lengthening of the war is that the war is escalating. The war is spreading further and further in the direction of Europe. And this is a danger that simply cannot be brought to the head of Europe. So today it will be our task to make it clear that the risk of the escalation of the war is unacceptable. Quite simply because if there is a war between Europe and Russia, it will not survive Europe. And that's why we have to prevent the escalation of such a war. As for my colleague Sikorsky, he is a war party, I am a peace party. The Polish government is a war party, the Hungarian government is a peace party. This is the basis of all conflicts. And as long as they are war parties and we are peace parties, I don't see much room for agreement. Well, actually we have made a decision together with Slovakia that we are combining our efforts. The legal works have basically been completed.
So once the decision is being announced officially, then we have the legal opportunity to file this lawsuit. And we are going to do it as soon as it is legally possible. We do believe that the European Union has broken its own regulations with this measure, given the fact that the Treaty of the European Union speaks very clearly about the fact that putting together a national energy mix is a national competence, which is not going to be or would be violated with repower. Plus this measure goes totally against the own impact assessment of the European Commission. Plus this measure would put the energy security of Hungary at risk. And this is something that we cannot accept. Thank you very much. Good work. Köszönjük szépen, jó munkát, viszontlátásra, csokolom.